That was the Cardigans with Loveful from 1996. It's Carrie, and it's the afternoon State of Mind on Penn's Peak Radio. We got Charlie Z on the phone. Charlie, you there?
I'm here. What's up?
Hi, Charlie. Charlie, you are the drummer and music director of I Love the 90s. That's right?
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. You guys are going to be up here at the Peak this Saturday, and we just wanted to find out what you guys are about. This is your first time coming to Penn's Peak.
Yeah, definitely. I've personally played with a bunch of other acts there. It's an amazing venue. Definitely have to make it out. We go on, it looks like 7 p.m. doors, 8 p.m. show. But we are the best tribute in the area, period. New York City, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, the whole nine for the 90s. So everything we do is all 90s music. We do costumes, we do, quick changes, we play everything from Nirvana to Spice Girls to, Third Eye Blind to, anything.
Awesome.
So, all 90s.
Awesome, awesome. How long have you guys been together?
Oh, it's been about a year and 9 months at this point, and we actually have our residency where over 1,000 kids come every week to Les Poissons Rouge in New York City on Bleecker Street. It's every Friday night, 11 p.m. So
awesome. What can people expect from your shows? I know you mentioned it's like all genres, which is absolutely crazy. But what can people expect from your live shows?
So our live show is a little bit different than some other bands. A lot of other bands will just show up and play their songs and the whole thing, but we really try to step it up and put on a show. So we actually play, an hour and a half, an hour and 45, 2 hours straight through with no breaks. There's no stopping between songs. It's a very tight-knit show. We have 5 lead singers in the band, which is crazy. It's a 7-piece band. Big shout-out to Robin, Matt, Estee, Gabby, Tommy on guitar, Oscar on bass, I'm Charlie Z on drums and music directing. And then obviously the brainchild all came together through Marcus Lineal from Fun Music, ML Presents. He's the reason basically that we're all doing what we're doing. He came up with the concept, the idea. He's our manager. Big shout out to Ruben, who's also another one of our managers, and Kelsey in the office and everything too. But, they came up with the idea. I got called to put the whole thing together. We sat down. We, brought in singers. I brought in musicians. We made the whole thing happen. Got really tight, and then we've been doing it every single week. And then we'll do, spot shows around the area at, the Paramount, Capitol Theater, down in D.C. and Philly. And then obviously, Penn's Peak first time. It's going to be awesome.
Awesome. I know that Jesse's Girl comes to Penn's Peak all the time. They've been on my show tons of times. That's the same management group. You are in the same management group as Jesse's Girl, correct?
Yes, we are the same management group as Jesse's Girl. They're our sister band. They're amazing. They've been together a little bit longer doing the same thing. But we're the 90s equivalent of that band.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
So if any of you out there have been to see Jesse's Girl up here, they do fantastic at the Peak. So if any of you out there listening have seen Jesse's Girl, you guys are going to be very similar to Jesse's Girl, just 90s music.
Yep. That's it.
That's fantastic. I personally feel like the 90s were one of the most eclectic eras of music. There's so many new genres that emerged into mainstream. Like, what kind of challenges does that create for you musically? Because I know you guys go from like country to hip hop to rock. Like, you just span kind of everything. Does that create any sort of challenges for you musically?
Yeah, I mean, it took us a while to actually divvy up the songs. We have a guy who can actually rap, but he can also play acoustic and sing acoustically, like singer-songwriter-wise. We have a rock guy in the band, 2 rock guys, actually. One who sounds a little bit more pop rock, one who sounds a little bit more aggressive rock. We have 2 female vocalists, too. So I actually had to go through, with management and everything, sit down and pick songs for those individual singers and then have them switch off in a way that we go through and make sure we could actually cover all the bases of all the genres. Band has to just jump in and be able to play all styles, which is it's a challenge, but, we'll go from Sublime to Spice Girls to Goo Goo Dolls to, Shania Twain to, ska tunes, Mighty Mighty Boss tunes. I mean, all this stuff, it just jumps around a lot, but we have to just be on our game and get it all together, basically.
Yeah, it really takes some chops to pull that off. Just so many genres. I can't even imagine. I cannot wait to see you guys, by the way.
It's a lot of fun. It's one of the most fun shows that I've put together by far. We also do management does a 2000s tribute that we recently started too, called PRL. So I'm sure eventually we'll get over to Penn Speak too, but that's all 2000s, Fall Out Boy and all that stuff too. So all these shows, I mean, especially Jesse's Girl too, they're just a ton of fun. You really get to go back in time, reminisce, remember your childhood, remember, singing along to these tunes, and it's really nostalgic, but it's also really well done production-wise, musically, vocally, and everything. So it's a fun show.
Speaking of nostalgia, my generation, which I was kind of born on the cusp of Gen Xers and millennials, I guess. People say that millennials are obsessed with nostalgia. Would you agree with that?
Well, by the looks of our crowd, over 1,000 kids every week, yeah, definitely. These are kids in New York that are like 21, 23, 24. It's kind of nuts, and they really, really want to go back in time. And a lot of them go to the 80s show also, and they'll dress up and everything. There is a big element of nostalgia. I mean, it's some of the last music in the 80s and 90s, some of the last music that had, real rock music in it that was not just commercial pop rock on the radio kind of a thing. You had Nirvana, Pearl Jam, you had, a ton, alternative was a thing. It was a genre that was actually alternative to the Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera's, Spice Girls. There was alternative music, and that was on the radio too. 2000s onward, it started to get a little bit more, homogeneous, a little bit more similar and everything, which was interesting. So I think a lot of people love the eclecticness and want to go back and remember that time and everything, which is cool.
Absolutely. You guys have I was looking at your website, which is ilovethe90s.com, by the way. You have a Spotify playlist of a bunch of songs. Do you guys play all of those songs on your playlist?
I believe we play 99% of them. I mean, a lot of them we can play all of them, but the issue is that sometimes we don't get around to it.
Right.
We only fit so many 90s songs in a set, and everyone wants more, but, you have to come see us again the next time.
Absolutely.
So actually play them all.
I know you said you play like Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and some of the ska revival stuff from the 90s. Do you have people who play the horns in your band?
We're not. Yeah, we do. We have 3 horn players and a violinist, female violinist, and everything for Dave Matthews. This gig, I don't think they're going to be available and on it, so I'm not sure if we're going to be doing that. But I do know that every Friday we've been actually bringing them out and everything. It's been great. But yeah, we do some ska revival stuff. We do Oasis, Blues Traveler, Eagle Eye Cherry, tons of Green Day, Blink 182, sometimes Foo Fighters, sometimes Backstreet Boys. It just really does jump around a lot and everything. And we've even recently snuck in a Rage Against the Machine song, which has been a lot of fun for the band.
So cool. I love it. Do you guys take requests? Like, do you ever take requests through like your Facebook page or through your website?
I mean, honestly, all the requests that we get, we basically already do. So, I mean, it just doesn't even, and the show is so tight-knit, and so the flow of the show, there's a very specific flow that we have to follow due to the different singers coming in, singing individual songs, singing together, a full band tune, full, all singers on stage, and then there's costume changes, and it's very much, it's a band, and it's like a nightclub band that really rocks, but there is an element that is like a Broadway show, kind of like Jesse's Girl, where you have to put on a show a specific way. So we don't really take a lot of requests. And again, I mean, we play almost all the tunes that everyone wants to hear. There's rarely a time where we hear a weird request song. And usually the requests will be from a different era.
Yeah.
Like, oh, can you do this song? Oh, that's actually 89.
Yeah.
Or that's 2001 and we can't do it, sort of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we put that in the other bands. Obviously, Justice Girl would do that tune, and TRL would be doing the 2000s tune or whatever. So.
Is there any highlight of your group's career thus far that you would want to mention?
Ooh, I mean, we've done a couple cool TV and radio performances, which has been a blast. Actually, we did the Jenna Wolf show. She was, I think, on Fox News. I'm not sure what. She branched off and is doing her own thing now. We did that spot. We've actually practically sold out the Paramount on Huntington, Long Island.
Mm-hmm. That's
been actually a blast too. I mean, that's a beautiful venue, just like Penn's Peak, and did a really good job there. Everyone was going nuts, and honestly, every Friday, Les Poussins Rouge is an amazing venue. Fits a ton of people, but it's a hip, nightclub vibe in a basement in like on Bleecker Street, but it fits over 1,000 kids, and production's great there. We'll have confetti bursts and balloon drops and all sorts of fun. But every week has been really amazing there too. So we get to do it every week. It's this really positive thing. And Jesse's Girl actually has their residency on Saturday night.
Uh-huh.
So we start 11 on Friday every night at Les Poussins Rouge. They're every Saturday. Poussins Rouge and everything too. So we get to kind of live this every week, which is kind of amazing. And it's almost like every week is a party, for us.
Yeah.
We get to perform for people and have a blast. So, everyone's singing along. It's great.
Well, we are so excited to have you here this Saturday. Do you want to plug your website and your social media? Just let us know where to find you online.
Yeah, it's just at ILT90s everywhere. It's on the Instagram, Twitter, it's on all that stuff. And then it's I Love the 90s, all spelled out ILOVETHE 90s.com is where you can find everything about us. You can check out that Spotify playlist. You can see all the other dates that we're going to be doing. But again, we're going to be there Saturday, 2-4, Penn Peak, Jim Thorpe, PA, 7 p.m. doors, 8 p.m. show. Get your pre-tickets, advance tickets, because you're going to get $5 off. It's $15 for the, advance tickets, $20 a day of, but it's going to be an amazing, memorable time for everyone. Nostalgia, tons of fun, 90s. PennsPeak.com is where you get the tickets. And that's basically it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me today. Cannot wait to see you guys this Saturday. And have an awesome time. Can't wait to see you here.
Thanks so much. Catch you soon.
All right. Have a good one, Charlie.
You too.
Bye-bye.